Now I'll talk about the added words before the NSAB added their words to sell us a Bible. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the concordance I have on a computer, and I'm going to go through them, not show you, but I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to leave them as gray letters that are not there, and the words I'll italic them, for the simple fact that to go from Greek to English we need to add the words, and you're going to see how that was done, and you're going to see that how that happens. And I'm going to leave all the other original words that are in the text itself in black, and then I'm going to underline other words, and I'm going to comment on them as well. Now what we have here is the word the. I don't like them saying that when we know it's his word or Jesus's word. And then was with God. I have a problem with the word was, and then we could say something other than God or with God here, but we'll get into that a little later. And then I do have still the same problem of the word was God, but what you see is that the words beginning, word, word, God exists in the original text, and all these other little words were added to make it work in English for us. Now next we have the word beginning and God, and as you see in the next verse there's more, but they're small words, they're not actual words yet. Like I said, I have a problem with the word was when he is life for us, and life is the light of men. But I don't like the word of neither. We can see that isn't in the original text. Here again, like I pointed out before, the word the here doesn't work, and the word darkness, we can leave actually the word out and read it as in darkness, and darkness did not comprehend him. Now, did not comprehend, these words all might be the representation of the single word comprehend. But as we look at the other words here, we have a hard time trying to put those words exactly as meaning Greek from the word life. And the word was used here. We have life, but it's not the used word here, but it's used in front of it. So there might be things that I don't understand about Greek, but I'm going to point out that Jesus is life, and he's not in a was or a past tense here. If the word it was not there to begin with, why is the word there now, especially in all 39 volumes or different versions of the Bible? I see this as blasphemy, and I just don't understand them calling Jesus or God in it. Now here, when we start looking at this text, and I want to point out that he might bear witness, I don't see how to use the word might here when he came to bear witness. We could have changed all these words and put the word to. So I'm not sure if they've done this just to get the version of the Bible to us and they're making money, but the object here is they added words that didn't need to be in the Bible for us to understand correctly that he's here to witness and bear witness. And then the problem with the word light again, and then all might. Now this is where the word might connect to the word all, but that's hard to say. And like I said, I'm not a Greek specialist. So the thing here is as we come down here a little bit farther, we see they added the word came, even though that we understand that this now is text meaning directly from God that he came, was added. I think that's very important that they noted that they italic the word, and I'm pointing out that I'll have to leave it italic, even though there's great importance on this word, meaning that John witnessed and came from God as a direct order that he was to perform what God said to do. And there's that word coming again down here. We'll take care of that a little later. I'll break the words into verses, and I'm going to add text in blue, and to read it as if the writer wanted to honor God and His Son. Honoring God and Jesus is very important. I'm very zealous over this. I don't understand why the editors all these years have not taken care of that for us. Let me do it slowly, and we'll still argue about the other words. But here you can see that I'm taking the word the out and putting the word his in. I'm going to take the word out here, the, and add is here, or his here. I'm going to take out the word he, and I'm going to put in Jesus. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these crossed out words next time, and we'll be able to read it. What I also did was broke the verses down. And you, like I said, when you read it without the punctuation and capitalization and all that they had, we're going to put it back to plain and simple little verses, not worry about the numbers. I don't feel the numbers really counted for anything. I want to understand from God what's being told here. Now, when we talk about this first verse here that we got put up, that I put a blank space, meaning that there's a hesitation that this second part doesn't really connect all that well. And then we have the word life, and then you can see down here I've added the word his there, and then like I finally got rid of the word of, meaning for men. Now I did the same thing here, and I could see that when I reread this, I could take out and the, and have his light shines in darkness, not the darkness, in darkness. And the crossed out the word the, and I finally got rid of the word it. And then here's where I could say that the word there, even though this is a very distinctive word, just like did not comprehend, these two words could connect to comprehend. And then there came could have been, a dash here to connect the two words together, sent from God. Now we're going to get into changing the word came as a witness, and then cross out the words that he might to bear witness, and then added his light and got rid of the word the. Now for all, as if you read it, I've added the word for and to, believe through him, and he was not the light. That seems to not be connected. It could go back. I'm not sure. We're just breaking them down. So give me a break here. Let me continue. And like you can see that I'm trying to go through this to get them into 10-minute sections. You might need to put this on pause and reread these before we go to the next steps. So here, since these words were added, I can cross them out and it still reads okay. He might bear witness of his light, not the light, his light. And then again we can cross out some words and say his true light, which now his would mean God Almighty's true light. And we can get rid of the word which and put the word whom in there. Just like the word came here, I changed from coming, I got came, that the writer was talking in the past tense, that he did, the story goes that he came to the world, not into the world, to the world, because this here means that he came for everyone, and we know that. Now, changing the word from whom, or from which to whom, makes more sense when you read his true light whom came to the world would mean Jesus, not his true light which coming into the world makes sense. I've made better sense out of it. I took the word which and made it whom to represent that this is Christ we're talking about, and not which doesn't make much sense. So I will continue in the next video to keep explaining.